All right, what's up? My name is Ryan. I'm going to go over this TEDx Masterclass. This is one part of a many-part series. If you're interested in more parts of the series, you can find that in the playlist. I will link the playlist below in case you're finding this video across the internet somewhere. So, question of the day. What is the difference between TED and TEDx? All right, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. I created a TEDx event from scratch in England. I've helped 15 other people get booked on amazing TEDx stages, many of whom had been turned down before. And I also delivered a TEDx talk as my first ever talk. So when people ask this question, most commonly what they're sometimes referring to is the fact that they saw a bad TEDx stage and they know they don't want that, which is a great conclusion. And so therefore they know, okay, well, if I saw a bad TEDx stage once, maybe all TEDx stages are bad, or maybe a lot of them are bad. I want to speak at TED instead because I perceive that TED is a better stage. So let's look at the reality here. Some TEDx stages are really bad. So let me just show you here. Okay. This is a TEDx stage filmed in a library, right? You can see, like this guy. He obviously is a good speaker. He obviously knows what he's talking about. This is filmed at a library, and libraries are never going to have amazing, impressive stages, but you can see like it just kind of looks small, right? So that is one thing. Some TEDx stages are actually bad, right? Let's go back to, let's just make this a little bit bigger here. Let's get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay, cool. So that's one thing. Some are bad, but some are very, very good. So let's look at another one. Okay, this is my client, Leo. He's speaking at TEDx Rio de la Plata in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. And you can see this is also a TEDx stage, and it is absolutely huge. This is a stage that you could see Tony Robbins speaking on this stage, and it's probably bigger than a lot of Tony Robbins stages, right? So you can see how impressive this is, right? So that is another reality, is that some are very, very good. Now, here's the other interesting thing. The fact that people ask this question, that this question comes up, is an indication that most people don't actually know the difference. So what's the difference between TED and TEDx? Exactly. Right? Most people walking down the street, and I would even argue a lot of speakers and coaches and authors don't know the difference. So here's a trick question for you. Brene Brown, many of you know who this person is, have seen her talk. Is she a TED speaker or a TEDx speaker? Right? Did she do a TED talk or a TEDx talk? Right? Brene Brown, I'll show you, she spoke at TEDx Houston. Brene Brown has never once stepped on a TED stage. She has done TEDx talks. Now, those TEDx talks are phenomenal. They're some of my favorite. But even the public, you can see this comment, talking about the original TED talk you did. So what really matters is, and she was speaking on a great looking stage and delivered great content. What really matters, I think, is speaking on a good TEDx stage. Now, here is the other, as much as I love to be encouraging, it's almost impossible to speak on a TED at TED if you have also not done a TEDx talk, right? So this is kind of like saying, I want to become an Olympian, but I don't want to waste time winning my local races first. Like if you can't win a local race, you're never getting to the Olympics. It's not happening. So what I would do if you desire a TED talk and speaking on the TED stage, which is the sort of main stage, and the TEDx events are the local events, some of whom have amazing stages. If you want to speak on on the TED stage, right, which happens, I believe, once, now it's in Vancouver, I think. If you want to speak there, first do a TEDx talk on a good TEDx stage, and then use that, and you'll have a massive credibility boost. You have the practice of knowing what it's like to deliver a talk in that style, and knowing that you can actually get to the TEDx stage level, and then set your sights on TED from there. So what are our takeaways, right? You get very similar credibility benefits from doing a TEDx talk, a good TEDx talk, versus TED, because most of the public has no idea that there is even a difference. Don't even think about doing a TED talk until you've already done a TEDx talk from a very good stage. And of course, only speak on good TEDx stages. You do want to avoid the smaller, bad TEDx stages. So that is that. We will cover how to find good TEDx stages in a future video, but that is that for today.